Okay, welcome to today's lesson using clay. This lesson is a follow-up lesson for my grade 4 students who have just finished a digital unit, and they created a piece of artwork on 123D Sculpt, and their job was to create a prototype of a creature or a monster head, and we're going to take that prototype and we're going to use it as our inspiration working with the clay today. This is the first chance for my grade 4 students to work with clay, so there's some basic skills that I need to work with them throughout this lesson. First thing is, students, you want to start with a piece of clay that I'm going to give you, but you simply cannot shape or sculpt your face, your creature, into a chunk of clay like that. If we were to put this into the kiln and fire it, it would probably blow up. So what we need to do is we need to have a head that is actually hollow inside. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you're going to start with a piece of clay, and I want you to divide your piece of clay into 3 different balls. Okay? I want 2 larger balls and 1 smaller ball. So you're going to start with a large piece, and you're going to divide it, and you're going to make 2 about the same size, and they're going to be bigger than this one here. And what I want you to do with that, you're going to learn how to make a pinch pot, and we need to make 3 pinch pots. These 2 should match each other, and this one is going to be a smaller one, and we're going to use that for the neck. So just to make a pinch pot, what you're going to do is take your ball, make sure it's nice and round, okay, and take your thumb. Hold it in your hand with one hand, take your thumb, you're going to push in. We're going to keep our thumb inside, and you're going to pinch it on the outside and spin it around using your fingers. So you're just going to keep spinning and pinching, spinning and pinching. Sometimes I like to tap it on the ground to get a nice edge there, or on the surface, and keep going. You notice my thumb is always on the inside, and I'm spinning it. I am not using my tools to dig out the pinch pot. We don't do that. We simply push the clay and create our pot by spinning and pushing. Okay? When I'm happy with that, I'm going to do that 3 times. And when I'm happy with that, I will have my 3 pinch pots. Okay? There's my little one, and there's my baby one there. So now what my next step is I need to put these 2 pinch pots, which are about the same size, together. That's going to give us a hollow area inside so that our creature's head does not explode in the kiln. To do that, I'm going to slip and score it. So first thing I do is scoring it. I'm going to scratch up that surface. And we're going to scratch up this surface. Clay won't simply stay together unless we slip and score, and then we've got to do some blending as well, which I'll show you next. So I scratch up the surface, because think about it. If the surface is smooth, we put it together, it's going to slide and come apart. But if you rough up a surface, it creates more friction, and it'll stay together better. Now I'm going to slip it though, which is simply making the edge wet. I can use water, or I've got some slip, which is wet clay, and I'm just going to brush my slip right onto my surface, just on both sides, creating a nice wet surface, almost like a glue, to glue our 2 halves together, our 2 pinch pots together. Okay, so I've got it like that. I'm going to fit it together as best I can. There we go. Now I'm going to blend those edges together, and I can use a variety of tools, but I'm going to use this tool, and I'm going to pull it down, and I'm going to keep pulling all the way around. So I keep spinning it, and I'm blending those edges together. There we go. Good. All the way around. That's going to hold our 2 halves together. Whenever you put something onto, there we go, and we'll smooth that out now. Whenever you attach 2 different pieces of clay together, you always need to slip and score and blend. Now I have a round ball, except for it's hollow inside, which is what we need. Okay? Now I'm going to take my baby, and my baby pinch pot, and I'm actually going to put it on upside down so that the hollow part is here. And again, I have to slip and score it, slip and score it, always slipping and scoring it, and then I have to blend it in the edges. Okay, I'm going to push that onto there. And you can see already it's taking the shape of the shoulders and the face. And now I'm going to blend those pieces of clay together, and I'm pulling it from the top piece to the bottom piece and making sure that it's joined together, blended together with the clay as well. Now I'm going to be working quickly here just so you don't have to spend the whole time watching the video. You will do it much slower, much neater, so yours will look much better. So now, I'm now just taking my finger and I'm smoothing those two pieces together. I slip scored and now I blended. And just like that, now I have the shoulders and the shape of the head. Everything is hollow, so nothing is going to blow up in the kiln. So the next part of our lesson is you have to start to create and shape your face on there. And you're going to use your prototype, so those shapes, to help you out. You want to do two different things. You can cut into your monster by taking a sharper tool, and we can cut away some of the clay. So there, I'm going to cut away the eyes. I'm going to try to keep it balanced. So we can take the clay away and we can shape it like that. So some of my design I'll probably want to cut out some parts, okay? But I may also want to add. So for example, maybe the eyebrows I want to add on, so I'm just going to shape it here. And I'm going to add some on, and of course, in order to add that onto there, I would need to slip and score it. Every little piece, otherwise it'll fall off. So I would scratch that up, slip and score it, put it on, and blend it as well. So I'm going to keep shaping, adding, cutting away until I'm happy with my clay monster or creature. So you can see this one here, I've worked away at it. You can see where the eyes have been cut away. I've added on a nose, some larger side of ears, eyebrows, added on a little bump on the head, and of course you can see the neck is hollow. So there's a creature there that is finished. It's ready to go into the kiln to be fired, and then we'll glaze them after to add some bright colors to it and some design onto it. Your job is to create your clay sculptured head using your 123D Sculpt to help you. Good luck with it and have fun.